Once in a village a boy lived named Alex. Alex was sharp as a tack, full of ideas, and buzzing with energy like he could light up the entire block. Everyone said he was destined for big things, and they weren't wrong. But here's the rub, Alex couldn't focus. He'd start projects with heaps of enthusiasm, thinking he'd conquer the world, and then, he'd bail. Deadlines came and went, opportunities slipped through his fingers, and all that raw potential sat there, gathering dust. It frustrated him to no end, but he didn't know how to change. One evening, after a particularly rough day, Alex wandered through his neighborhood. He was frustrated, feeling knackered, and honestly a bit lost. As he walked, he spotted an old man sitting by a flickering street lamp. The guy was hunched over a piece of wood, carving away like he was in his own little world. Alex, curious as hell, strolled over and asked, "Oi mate, what are you making?" The old man looked up, gave a small grin, and said, "I'm carving a chessboard. Every square's gotta be perfect. Otherwise, the whole thing's rubbish." Alex stood there, watching him carefully measure, carve, and polish each square. Hours passed, and he couldn't help but notice the patience, the laser focus, and the sheer dedication. He leaned a bit closer and said, "Why spend so much time on this? It's just a chessboard. Surely you could bang it out faster." The old man's eyes twinkled. "Discipline, kid. Discipline ain't about rushing. Discipline is about control. Control over your noggin, your actions, your urges. Without it, even the cleverest bloke wastes his smarts." Those words stuck with Alex. That night, as he lay in bed tossing and turning, he couldn't stop thinking about it. Control over your mind. His mind, that wild, chaotic mess of ideas, distractions, and urges, it was like a wild horse. If he didn't get a hold of it, it would drag him nowhere fast. The next morning, Alex decided to give it a proper go. Instead of juggling a dozen projects at once, he picked one. Just one. And every single day, without fail, he grafted on it for 3 hours straight. He ignored distractions, put off scrolling through socials, and resisted the urge to binge-watch shows or faff about. The first week was brutal. His brain kept throwing him off track. He felt restless, itchy, like he was going mad. But Alex remembered the old man and that chessboard. He kept at it. Slowly, something miraculous happened. The chaos in his mind started to chill out. Focus replaced distraction. Energy replaced being knackered all the time. Weeks turned into months. That project, which had seemed impossible, started to take shape. Alex found himself waking up early, planning his day proper, and sticking to a routine like clockwork. He realized discipline wasn't some punishment, it was freedom. Freedom from chaos. Freedom to create, to build, to smash his goals. He began noticing little things changing in his life. He stopped procrastinating on small tasks. He started finishing things he started. Even his friendships improved because he became reliable and consistent. People started to notice, and he started to notice too. Life felt different. Lighter. Easier, in a weird way. Like he was finally steering the ship instead of letting it drift. One day, about a year in, Alex was walking down the street, lost in thought, when he stumbled upon the same old man. The street lamp flickered just as it had the first time. Alex stopped and smiled. "You were right," he said. "I've been grafting on one project for a year, and I'm still going, but I've never felt more in control. I get it now. Discipline isn't about doing things you hate, it's about mastering yourself." The old man nodded. "Exactly, lad. Every day you focus, every action you take, every little choice, that's a square on your chessboard. Get those right, and you'll see the bigger picture come together. But if you rush, if you scatter yourself, it all falls apart. You'll never see the masterpiece." Alex thought about that. He realized it wasn't just the project. It was life itself. Life is a series of squares. Every small choice, every tiny action, adds up. And if you don't shape those squares properly, if you leave them sloppy, life itself ends up messy. Over the next few months, Alex's project finished. Not only did he complete it, but it was polished, perfect, something he could be proud of. And in the process, Alex had transformed too. He had learned that brains alone weren't enough. Dreams stay dreams unless you get your noggin in gear. Talent alone doesn't cut it. Creativity alone won't change your life. Discipline is the bridge between wanting and achieving. He started sharing this lesson with friends. Some thought he was daft at first. Discipline, they'd say. Sounds boring. But Alex knew better. Discipline wasn't boring. It was empowering. It meant control. Freedom.